I think the concept of being data driven is so inextricably married to education as an institution and a process that schools can't escape it. You know, educators are constantly collecting data. Not only are we collecting it, we kind of live and die by it. Whether it's academic achievement data, where success is so heavily measured by standardized testing, benchmarks, the SBAC, any other type of assessments, or mandated data about student demographics, about free and reduced lunch, about resources and spending. It's inescapable as an educator. And it can definitely start to feel overwhelming because I don't think many of us are equipped to know what to do with that much data. We are told how to collect it. We are told its purpose or its topic or content or subject matter, but I think when it comes to how to effectively use it, a lot of us just feel like, okay, now what? And I think that has a lot to do with not being empowered to know what to do with data. That can feel pretty scary when you don't have the choice or the capability to utilize that data. And a lot of data, we don't have the choice. We got to collect it. Like I said, the standardized academic achievement data, whether it's at the site level, district, county, state, even federal, I think that lack of choice makes it difficult to know how to effectively utilize it. But it's necessary. Data should inform all our practices, all our decisions. That's the measuring stick by which we justify what we do for students. I think that as educators interpreting data, we would actually benefit, and students would actually benefit from having the people who use the data, the people who collect the data, going through a deliberate process of not just the how we're going to collect it, but what are we going to do with it? What are we going to do with the data to make sure that the outcomes are better? For example, at my school, as a dean of students, this year and the year before, when we moved into our new facility, we've run into such huge obstacles in terms of maintaining safety, which has in turn led to a lot of challenges with discipline and student behavior, which also in turn has created not the best school culture and climate. And that has been reflected this year with our stakeholder surveys. This year we had a huge drop across the board from all stakeholder groups in terms of satisfaction. And the two main areas of concern: student safety and discipline. So we used all that information as a school level, as a site level faculty, to decide that we want to pour all our resources into making sure first and foremost our campus is safe. So we brought on not only another admin, but another campus supervisor. We bought more equipment. We completely revamped our supervision map and redelegated all the duties. From the student behavior and discipline side, we saw that so much of the behaviors our kids were engaging in, the serious ones, had to do with a lack of social emotional stability and intelligence. So they lacked the skills, the maturity to make the right decisions, and that was based off all the trauma they've suffered. Our population, the area we are servicing, has huge rates of homelessness, huge rates of foster parents, socially, economically challenged. A lot of people live below the poverty line, multiple families stacked up in one home, which leads to a lot of abuse, a lot of neglect. Our kids face a lot of emotional and socioeconomic challenges, and that reflects in their behavior. They bring that to school every day. So we recognize that merely having consequences, punitive consequences, doesn't work. These kids don't have a sense of investment in their education, in the relationships they form, in their community, most importantly. And without that deep-rooted connection, I don't think lasting change is going to take place. A slap on the wrist, a detention, lunch reflection, even suspension might get them to stop what they're doing temporarily. But the societal pressures, the environmental factors are so strong that they're going to continue engaging in risk-taking behavior, drugs, alcohol, violence, unless they really start to see and understand the value in themselves, in their education, in their community. So my school growth plan has been really informed by all the stakeholder survey feedback we got, the actual practical experiences we've faced as a school level, and myself being on the admin team, since we've had to reflect and really do a deep introspective look at what we're doing here and how we're servicing the kids. And that's led to, at the site level, us being able to take charge of where we want to channel our resources. What supports do we want to implement? What things do we want to fund that we know will yield positive results or make improvements? I think we're heading in the right direction. We have a lot of raw data. Again, I think it's about empowering those who use data through building capacity and strengthening their capability to not just grab the data, but analyze it, understand it, and create meaningful change. And then empowering them through choice. What do you see as a problem? How do you want to collect the data surrounding it? How do you want to implement the changes? And I think, I hope that's going to yield some positive results before the year's over.